In this video, we're going to have a look at events and how you create an event and have it published on your u3a group page. There are two ways to do it. You can either go to the new button at the top and choose event, or perhaps what's more sensible, just because it's easier to remember, is to go to u3a events, and then you can click to add a new event. In either case, this is the page you'll then be presented with. You have to add a title and some information, as it says there, before saving or publishing. If you don't, you'll keep getting these messages and it won't let you publish the event. So this event is going to be for the bread making group again, and it's going to be about Australian damper bread. Oh, can't type. So that's the title of the event. I'm just going to put a little bit of information in about it, which I've typed elsewhere, so I've prepared it earlier, so I'm just going to paste it in here. So I've said here that unlike previous events, this is not going to be a live activity. Instead, it's going to be meeting and watching videos about Australian damper. So we now need to fill in the form that's below, and in all of these forms, you'll find that there are some parts that are compulsory. You must provide information and they're indicated by the red asterisks. Other elements are voluntary. You put the information in if it's useful. So we need to select a category. So it's this kind of category will just be a group meeting. The event date, choose your date. We'll say, I don't know, the 28th of June. Then the following few boxes are voluntary, but let's say we're going to start this at 2 p.m. So that's 14 o'clock. I'm not going to give an end time. Who knows how long it'll last. It's unlikely you'll ever put anything in for duration because we're not the kind of u3a that has weekends away or week-long holidays. So duration in days is really not worth worrying about. But now this is the important bit. You have to link it to a group. So if you click on this drop-down box, you will find the only groups you're allowed to link to are the ones that you are the author for. So in this case, it's either bread making for beginners for me or our environment. And in this case, I'm looking at bread making for beginners. Again, the next thing is venue. There are a number of venues already identified, and you can either complete that or leave it blank. Generally, it's useful to complete it because it's useful for people to know where you're meeting. If there's going to be an organizer, choose the organizer. In this case, again, it's me, so I'll put that in. And is there any cost? Well, in this case, no cost because it's basically sitting down and watching some videos. Once I've done that, the information is, all the information I want to put in is complete. So I can either just save the draft and look at it. And if there was any errors at that time, I think it would tell me. Or I can publish it. So if I click on publish, it always comes up with this double check. Are you ready to publish? Check your settings and so on. So visibility, again, in nearly every case, you're going to just leave that as being public because you want people to be able to see when these events are. There might occasionally be something that would require you to password protect. I can't imagine what it is, but if so, then you would click that radio button and you would be asked to provide the password, or you can make it private if for some reason there's going to be an event that only authors, admin and editors are going to see. Second option is to publish immediately, or if you wanted to delay publishing because you've got maybe you think there are too many events going on, you don't want them all popping up at the same time for some reason, you could choose to delay and choose when specifically you publish. But typically I think you would publish immediately. Once you're happy with what you have, you click publish and then it will tell you it's now live. So you can click that view event. It will show you how your event actually looks. So this is the information. And at this point, if we now go to the group, So choosing groups, we can go and find our group, which is Bread Making for Beginners. If we go down to find our group meetings, we should find, there we are. In terms of forthcoming events, we have a session on Australian damper, where we're going to follow up on these activities. So creating events is quite straightforward. It's fairly simple. The events are then published. All the events that are in the future that belong to your group will be published on your group page. If you want to edit it, you realise you misspelt something, or you've put the time in incorrectly, or whatever it might be, you can just go back, edit, then choose to update, and then you can either view your event or just trust that it's all well and good. So that's really all that there is to creating events and publishing them. Because you're essentially following through a form, it's quite difficult to go wrong. So have confidence and publish your events and let people know what's happening within your group.